Hello, I'm teacher Martha Wanjiro from Kenya. I'm a teacher of English and Literature at the Maryhill Girls High School. I'm 32 years old, currently pursuing Masters of Education Comparative at Kenyatta University. I also have a bachelor's degree in Education, English and Literature at Kenyatta University. I've also done a diploma course in Education, English and Literature at the Presbyterian University of East Africa. Currently, I'm a teacher at the Maryhill Girls High School. Throughout the years, I have acquired many experiences from the schools that I have taught. Currently, at the Maryhill Girls High School, I've acquired the skill of classroom management, where I've been a class teacher. I have also acquired the skill of lesson planning, organization of work, teamwork, and patience and tolerance with my students. Some of the achievements that I have achieved, I managed to be given the Best Teacher Award 2023. I also managed to take my students, the team, volleyball team, and the drama team up to the national level. We also managed to climb Mount Kilimambogo. I'm a principled, futuristic, goal-oriented, and a responsible person. During my free time, I enjoy watching and reading educational documentaries. I also write scripts for my drama team, and I also train the volleyball team. Some of my hobbies, I like camping, hiking, reading, and playing volleyball. In the 21st century, technology is very important, and yes, we use technology in our classrooms. We project the materials that we are going to teach. For instance, in English, we project the thematic, the characteristics, and the stylistic devices when we want to explore a novel. We find technology, I personally find it very useful. I find it being very time efficient, as we are able to manage the little time that we are given. It also enhances reading and learning, as we find that most students are visual, so it enhances to retain a lot of content. So technology has really helped us, and it has really improved even the grades for our students. If you were to walk into my classroom, you'll find a very jovial class, happy student, organized, welcoming, and students who are ready to learn. My class is more of learner-centered, where I allow my students to project their views, to ask questions, to participate in discussions. So every time you walk out to my class, you will leave that class smiling. I expect my students to be well behaved. I expect them to raise their hand and ask questions and clarification. I also expect them to be well organized, students who can be able to set their target and meet them. For me to achieve this, I have come up with various ways. One is we have a class representative. This is a student who is appointed by the other students to represent them. The work of the class representative is, one, to come up with the strategies that we are going to use in our lesson. Two, to ensure that all the other classmates do their assignment. Three, act as a teacher every time I am not in or every time the class has begun. So by the time I am stepping in the class, I find that the class representative has already done something with the girls. Another thing is we set goals and targets, where we outline the target that we want to achieve by the end of the school year. At the end of it all, before we sit for our exams, we sit together as a class and evaluate if we have able to meet our set targets. We also have a class monitor who monitors the behavior of the students, that they don't make noise during the lesson and that they don't misbehave. I believe my principal will describe me as a team player, organized, loyal, responsible, goal-oriented person, and she would recommend that I can grow in any environment because I'm adaptable and flexible to change. There are different ways that you can communicate to parents. For instance, you can call them, you can write an email, or you can do a letter. But I believe the most effective way of communicating to a parent is through one-on-one communication. This is where you call a parent to school, you sit down and have an open communication about the student. In this, you not only get the feedback, but you can also be able to learn one or two things that you did not know about a child. In my 4th year as a class teacher, I had a student who was withdrawn, and I managed to call the mom, and when the mom came, she was able to tell me that the girl had some trauma after the dad got sick. We called the girl, the 3 of us, we were able to have an open discussion, and the girl felt loved. She felt like we were there for her, for sparing our time and having a talk with her. And I'm happy to say that through one-on-one communication, we were able to help the girl, and she was actually one of the best students who passed with excellent results. So I believe that when you have an open conversation, a one-on-one conversation with a parent, it is one of the most effective way of helping a student. I've not traveled to the US, but I look forward to. I don't mind exchanging my culture with your culture, learning from your students, learning from the best educationalist, traveling, being in a new environment. And when I come back to my home country, I will have a lot to tell them, and I will also bring back new ideas. Thank you.